Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Salam Alaikum. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Gaurav, and I have something that I want to share with you again, something I can't put enough stress on. So, the thing is that, all of us are making music. We are trying to find a way to make a living. That is the biggest question everybody asks is like, okay, I'm getting into this, how do I make a living? Important question, eh? You're putting your time to everything. So, like we say, to old things that ship has sailed means I'm talking about basically those people who are waiting कि यार मेरे इतने YouTube hits हो जाएं या my single sells so much on iTunes. Boss, that's not going to happen. I've seen this change as we've seen changes through centuries in music and various things. Businesses change, ideas change. So what you need to do is basically prepare and start adapting and thinking in certain ways where you can take your creativity and make a living out of it. I think that's the way to look at it. You take your entire creativity, not just music, but everything else around it, because music also inspires art also inspires, creative writing, various things. Or if you're just good at music and you want to do that, that's fine. An example I want to take is, CDs and stuff like that. So that went out. Nobody's paying that kind of money for buying CDs anymore. That whole industry of recording industry per se has changed. So we adapted. You didn't sit around and say that's going to change, and change back. It's not going to happen. So, मैंने क्या 10 years earlier, I realized that this is going to happen. And that's why I took my highest excitement, which was learning new things and bringing it to people and teaching them and, showing them, which worked because many people wanted to be music producers, sound engineers, recording engineers, mix engineers, DJs, what have you. So that worked out. Now, what I want to tell you is that अगर आप घर में बैठे, you're making your beats, you're making music, you're working with artists, don't just depend on that. What you need to do is tap into what's working. What's working right now is events. So taking your music out there, performing it, playing it, with a list of other tracks of other people, DJing your own stuff and other stuff, making a performance, being an artist out there is a great way now to make money. As you know, I mean, ये कोई नई बात नहीं है जो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. But, it's not as straightforward as people think. We make a beat, now all we have to do is go there and play it. Yes, you do play it, you play a list of things, but you also do many other things to make that performance work. What tempo do you start with? What kind of track should you start with to warm up an audience, see an audience reaction? Take another list of tracks or beats that you're building. You're also getting a reaction. It's not just a one-way thing. Your people are responding to what you're playing, how to change that, how to be in key, how to even move from one key to another. And those are very important elements. Tempo matching tracks. So it's a seamless performance. It doesn't become the rail gadi thing that most people do because they're not trained. So it is a learned art form. It is a creative art form. DJing is something that can be learned by music producers or by people who purely want to be DJs and have a performance. But most importantly, why? Because this becomes another avenue for you to go out there and make a living. Put yourself out there. Also play your own tracks. So जब अपने tracks पे जाते हैं, people also get to know. You can make an announcement that, hey, this is a fresh beat I just got. What do you guys think about it? So it's a great way to going out there interacting, even with a small audience, even if it's 10 people or 15 people or 100 people or 1,000, or if you're playing a big arena. You first start from, a smaller thing. So all guys who've also graduated from our academy have also, trained themselves in becoming effective DJs, if that's something that, they're pursuing. So we have a course for this now at Beatfactory. So it's called Stylus. Of course, Stylus is the needle which goes on a record, so aptly named. This course basically takes you through all of that process. So whether you are a producer who's already done production, has learned about producing and wants to take your music out there, or if you're somebody who's not interested in production, but just going out there and, playing music because you have a passion for music and trying to, work with an audience and bring that and make a living, fair enough. There's a course for this. So the Stylus course at Beatfactory Mumbai has started and we have batches every month. Like, more importantly, we have a workshop for this first. So सबसे पहले I wanted to introduce what this really is, what it does. And there's a free workshop happening on 18th March. Just go, I'm talking about every day. Go and attend that workshop. It's free. You just have to write your name, give your name once you call the number. We'll note it down. You come, you show up. All you got to do is show up. So 50% of the job is done when you show up. You get all this information and then you also realize whether it's something, you want to do or not want to do. Is it something you want to pursue? But it's definitely something which is helping producers starting out or established ones make a great living. Because records don't sell anymore. You don't get singles. They don't make that kind of a substantial sale to create, a comfortable living for a record producer. So this is certainly one way. There are many other things I have done, like, starting education or now building software and stuff like that. I will talk about that. In fact, I'm also building a new, sounds label, just specifically for sounds. And I will show you or take you through the process so that can inspire you or give you a hint as to how I'm going to build another new company in a year. And you're going to see how that works. And you're going to see stuff we fail at. You're also going to see stuff we succeed at. It's all part of, making a company. And I hope that can inspire you to think out of the box of just depending or thinking that, one day my CD will sell or my singles will sell or I'll become famous on YouTube. Just don't depend on that one thing, because all of these are getting overpopulated. You need to find a new way to get out there and make a living. I've been a survivor that way. I've been a person who learned to, find new ways to do that and succeeded at it. Failed at many things also. But as an overall, it's been a plus. It's something good I feel I have besides music is, an excitement towards entrepreneurship, towards finding a new way to express what I do. Like, for example, मैं आपको बताता हूँ. The first kind of business that I started was making loops. Bollywood Sounds, my company. That was all about making, construction kits of songs and selling them as different layers. Worked out. Turns out there are many people who can't make that music but want to use those loops, and that succeeded as a business. Similarly with plugins and certain other stuff that we're doing. So I want to inspire you in that space and show you that you should open your mind to other ways of creatively expressing yourself and finding a way to make a living, because that's important. If you're able to do what you love and you can make a living in it, big or small, doesn't matter. That really does not matter. Then you can, I think, truly be happy or be fulfilled, because that's what I'm looking for. It's about what's new, how can I apply myself? And that really is what takes you on the longer journey of being a musician and sustains you and keeps you being an artist rather than getting frustrated and quitting. So I hope this information is useful. If you have time and you're free on 18 March, come down and attend this workshop. It's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a 3-hour workshop. So I can't emphasize enough on this fact that you can actually take your music out there, play it to people, but train to be so that जो भी event company आपको pay करे, whoever's paying you, they get worth their money and you're able to deliver a professional performance. That is important, the word professional. So we'll see you next time in another video. The numbers are below here to register free for the workshop. And we'll see you there. And I'll see you next time in another video. Take care.